I think the biggest advice given the period I've been in the game would be, be as open-minded as you can be. Be perseverant as well. Learn a little bit of tolerance with players and learn how to manage the players on a personal level as well as a football level. And trust your staff. Get good people around you. Trust them and empower them, and build that culture within your team. I think it's a big advantage. I think the opportunities for players now are fantastic in terms of their avenues to education. I did my education from a young age and carried it on while I was a professional player. Some players do it after they've stopped playing, or if injury has maybe caused them to retire from playing. But I think a formal education does help you, particularly in management, because you're not just dealing with players. You're dealing with people on your board. You're dealing with media. You're dealing with sponsors. There's a lot of stakeholders that in the role of a football manager. So I think any skills that you can add to yourself, whether through formal education or indeed post-education, can only be of benefit. I think you have to be extremely hard working, extremely diligent in terms of your preparation. I think you have to know how to manage the media very cleverly as well. The media attention around football and football managers is greater than it's ever been. And be resilient, I think, more than anything else. There's, you're going to read a lot of things about yourself that are as negative as they are positive, and don't get too carried away with the positive, and equally don't get too despondent by the negative. Keep your focus and believe in the job that you're doing. It wasn't so much relearning my trade. I think it was a case of handling the players slightly different. The man management of international players is different from the man management of club players, because ultimately international football is a choice for a player. Players are contracted to their clubs. It's essentially their employment, so you can manage them in a different way than you would do at international level. And I think your man management skills are really tested at international level. And I think, as I say, it's a massive part of the job. The tactical side of it is as well, but certainly for me, keeping 23 to 25 players happy during a 9-day period stuck in a hotel is a big challenge. But as I say, it's one that I've embraced. I think it's an amazing opportunity. I look back at my own, studying for A-levels and trying to pick out what I was going to do at university before I was transferred to Newcastle United, and this would certainly be a course that I would have jumped at the opportunity to be on. There's so much opportunity for people in football now who necessarily don't have a playing background. There's so many jobs, whether it be in the media, whether it be within the structure of a club or an association, and the skills that this course will provide, the exposure that this course will provide as well, will hopefully, as I say, act as an inspiration to the young people that complete the course. It really is a fantastic opportunity, and I'm sure it'll lead to many people getting hopefully successful careers in football.